শুভ সন্ধ্যা। গুড ইভনিং টু অল অফ ইউ। আজকের দিনটা খুবই স্পেশাল কেন কি আজকে আমরা সেলিব্রেট করছি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মাদার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ডে, যেটা আমাদের মাতৃভাষা। তো জিইজি কলকাতা আজকে প্রেজেন্ট করছে একটা স্পেশাল সেশন। সো জিইজি কলকাতা ইজ প্রেজেন্টিং আ স্পেশাল সেশন ইন English and Bengali. And we are going to find out how the hybrid learning mode is working for educators and how we as educators can create free and easy content for our students. And for that, we have someone special joining in today, our sessions expert, Mr. Ashish Chatterjee. Mr. Ashish Chatterjee, ওনার ব্যাপারে একটু আপনাদের জানাই। উনি কো-লিডার হচ্ছেন জিইজি কাচ এর, আর উনি গুগল সার্টিফাইড ট্রেনার as well as innovator also. So without further ado, I would like to welcome on board Mr. Ashish Chatterjee. Hello, Mr. Chatterjee, how are you doing?
Thank you, ma'am. It's wonderful over here. And আমরা আজকের সেশনেতে অনেক কিছু জানবো. That is the best thing. First, we will be going to start with that is the how to create the content for hybrid classes or hybrid learning, and in short period of time. So I'm sure a lot of you, those who have joined just now, they wanted to check how we can use OBS or how we can learn or maybe record the session. So without further ado, let's get start. I will share my screen and give you the idea about it. So, ma'am,
Right.
let me start my screen share. Okay,
Yeah.
I believe you all can able to check the screen. Before I start, before I give you the complete idea how exactly and what's the use or purpose behind uses of these all the tools, or like let's say how you can create any sort of the the mind mapping things for your classroom for hybrid learning area. This is one of the content মানে আপনাকে আমি just একটা simple idea দিচ্ছি. Those who might be watching it very first time on GEG platform, they can get a quick idea that this is the kind of a mind mapping area. And with the help of this tool, I just drop the particularly site name. Its site name is mind mister, and I'll put it on the chat. Ma'am, if you could just drop it to the everyone, so that they can also use this particular thing. And it's very useful. And to be frank, I have come across this thing from the help of Shanita Bush ma'am, and as well as this is a very good area where you can create your class entire mind map. You can create how the way মানে কিভাবে আপনি একটা জিনিসকে পুরোভাবে ডিজাইন করতে পারেন, and how all together you can keep it different format. So lot of things are there these days in our classroom area to organize with, to create with. And best idea, I will just give you quickly the idea, like you can create over here any all sort of the thing. For example, let's say this is the area over here. I just given over here one of the add child area. Fine. As soon as you'll click on add child, you will get over here something like that. So maybe let's say I have given over here feedback. So this will remain as it is. Now in this feedback area, if you wish that certain sort of the things or the kind of the boundary or any of these things should be visible, so you can get something like that. Now এই পুরো এরিয়া থেকে আমরা যদি চাই তো আরো কিছু জিনিসও অ্যাড করতে পারি, and then all together if you want some other things to be added, you can add. So all sort of these things are there which you can just simply click over here, and then you can able to attach the thing. Now I know maybe most of you will ask what's the correlation of it, what's the use of it, how we can use these all the things for hybrid learning, and what's the basic purpose of using the mind measure, right? So basically over here I will take you to OBS area. Most of you must be knowing right now Google Meet has stopped us to record our classroom even on the area of your normal license. There we have the use of OBS Studio. For example, let's say suppose if you are on Windows platform, you can download the Windows edition. If you are on Mac platform, you can download the Mac edition, and if you are on Linux platform, you can download the that edition. Now, why I am showing you OBS and how we can create these sort of the thing. So let's just check. I'll quickly open my software over here. But before that, let me just give it to you a quick preview from my channel, which I have uploaded one of the video there. You can check, like, this is the one of the particular video, and this is I have recorded with help of OBS only. While I was working on my file, I just simply kept it on, and then I have recorded myself. And then let's say suppose you want to put over there a circular webcam, so you can create that purpose, or you can create that thing also. So let me first show you the file, how exactly it look like, how exactly you can create. I'll just share it even in chat. If Sunita, if you could just share with the audience so that they can get a one sort of the sample. But at the same time, I'm going to put it over here. Let's just check the preview so that you can get an idea how exactly it can be look over here. So you can check on my screen. Basically here, what I have done is I am right now over here in circular webcam. Let me put it on full screen so that you can get an entire idea. And if you check in this entire thing, what you can just see over here in this area, basically what is happening all together, what all the way I am doing the entire work, whatever the way I am showing everything, it is being recorded instantly without doing it one more time. Maybe let's say you are presenting in your classroom, right? You are working for your area. Now the main thing why we should use these kind of the thing, what's the purpose of it, is to generate the content for your classroom. Maybe let's say suppose these days many of the students they remain absent from your classroom area, right? Now, in order to create or in order to record the work, something like what we have just over here in this area, these all the type of the content which you check right now over here, this will help them to check even after the class, even after the area where they have missed the session, where they are not aware, okay, what all the things they can go through, how the things they can come across. Now here the main purpose, like you might have seen plenty of the area, like in OBS you can keep yourself in the particular format of, like, let's say in shape and all. But what my idea, or what through my research I have come across, that you can put yourself in a circular shape also, or in a circle shape also. So I know doing these all the research is time consuming. That's why from this session I want to give it to you everything free, so that you don't have to waste those all the research time with my which I have used, or maybe I have utilized on that. So that is why what I am going to do is I'm just going to distribute these all the circular webcam patches through my Google Drive link to all the audience so that they can use it. And even I'm going to show you in this particular session how you can convert your video in circular webcam format so that you can run, record, and directly upload, maybe for YouTube, maybe for your Google Classroom, maybe for Microsoft Team, or maybe for any of the platform area. It's completely up to you. Now you may have a questions, right? So I would like to pick those questions from the chat area. So audience, those who are watching me right now live, or maybe if you willing to watch me after the session, you can consider subscribing the GG Kolkata and as well as GG Kutch channel, and as well as my own personal channel. There also I have given all the details of it. Okay, so you can check on this video clip which I am showing you right now on my screen. It is one of the video clip for solving of ICT Cambridge paper for O level area. Okay, now only concept over here is, let's say plenty of the students they may not able to attend your class, or maybe there might be internet lag, or they might be they are traveling on their part. So you must compress your video maybe in two or three format. Maybe one is 720 pixels, one is 480 pixels, and one is, let's say, 1080 pixels. So I'm just going to stop this video over here. You can check where exactly this video is so that you can get an idea. It is in my channel itself. You can go over there and you can check the further video. But I'm showing you how exactly I did this part what all the process I have followed, and how I have recorded myself, keeping me in person video itself. So for this, I need a OBS Studio, which you can check on my screen. This is the OBS Studio, right? Now, as you can understand, currently my webcam during this session area is consumed for StreamYard, means through which we are telecasting right now on the live area. So generally, if I on my webcam over here, there will be a black patch which you can check over here. This black patch is nothing but the area where you would like to have your live webcam, or maybe you would like to have your webcam. But right now, as I am not using a second webcam or something like that, so I will not be going to have this area my webcam. I hope the audience are able to understand this thing. Now, let me show you in this particular area. This is the video capture device. Currently, the video capture device is going to show a black patch. The reason behind that is right now it is consumed in StreamYard. Okay. So now let's check a further more thing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with all our audience right now that is a part of this particular the drive area, the patches. So let me quickly show you. This is the particular open source. I have kept the folder, and here you have the three circles. Now, what is the use of it? Let me correlate and give you the idea. I have actually these circles in a format of alpha channel, and these alpha channel are actually keeping our circle in that format. I'm going to show it in live so that you get a perfect idea. So now you can check, this is over here. You can click on filter, right? I'm showing all the steps very slow and as well as easy manner. If you have your any sort of the comments or any sort of the ideas, you can write. I have already given the one answer which we received in the question, that how we can get the OBS for Apple or any of those devices. You can simply click over here, you will receive the Mac OS, right? Linux for the Linux platform and Windows for the Windows platform. Now, this thing, the link of these three, I'm sharing it straight away with all of you. And I will request Sudita, ma'am, if you could just share with all the audience so that they can just get the link. And why I'm giving you this link, so that immediately you can download these three circles. And after this downloading, what you need is just go to your OBS Studio. Let's say this is your OBS Studio. Right click over here, go to the filter option, and there you can check in my filter area. I have applied the image mask, right? So this step you have to check very carefully. যদি এই স্টেপটা আপনি মিস করে গেলেন, তাহলে ফের ওই যে ওয়েবক্যামটা সার্কেলের ভেতরে আসছে, that will not be going to give impact. So let's check. What I have did over here is the webcam circle, that's over here, you can see. So basically what I did is simply in this area, the webcam circle I'm using it. That's this particular file. Only simple circle I am applying, so that keeping your video in simple rectangular format, you can just compress it and put it in a format of circle. Once you are done with this part, simply go to the next portion, that is applying a shadow at the back of your video. The shadow here, the meaning is, if you check in my video, like the in channel itself, this video, there's a shadow, right? And even there is a effect also. So this effect is slightly a little bit, if you have a high graphics particularly laptop, only then this effect can be utilized. Otherwise these effects may not be going to work in proper format. So let me show you a couple of effects which I have and how exactly I have generated them. So one, this effect is these, you can get it even from the Google search or any of the area. When you double click, it's just a simple GIF file. So the kind of a portal ways, you can keep it at the back, any of the type of color, and this will remain instant. So now let's just check on the OBS area how exactly these things can be applied. Once I have applied the alpha channel, just click close in that. After clicking on close, you can simply go over here on shadow area. This is the shadow, one of the type of picture which I have kept it in that format. So again, audience, I will make you alert. These two files are very short file size. Let me show you the file size also. Plenty of you may have idea that this file size might be heavy. This is nothing like that. You can see this 25 KB, right? Same way, if you check the shadow, that is a simply a file size of 68 KB. But now the size of the file which I'm going to show you, that's slightly heavy, which is this is 6.71 MB. So if only you would like to create your video a little bit a more interesting format rather than keeping it just a rectangular format, you want to just put it something like that way, only then apply the third file, which is a sample. Over here you can just check on my screen. Let me play the video so that you get an idea. This is the sample of that particular work which I have already applied and showing you over here. So till our this 18-minute journey, I hope all of you must have understood that how exactly OBS can solve your Google Meet recording problem, and you can generate any sort of your content while keeping your multiple record. Let me once give you a quick kind of a preview. For example, right now, as I am recording these all the things, you can simply put the OBS on. Now, there is a one button called Start Recording. If you click over here, your recording will be absolutely ready. Once you click the stop, the file will be ready for upload. But if you want over there certain more things to be appear, let's say you want text to be appear, you can just apply on your text file certain editing, and then those all the text can appear on your screen on real time basis. So this is a quick kind of an idea how you can create your classroom slightly more interactive and with information related to the chapters. Like you can have all the sort of the keywords which can go at the top, and after a 5 minutes or 2 minutes of your classes starts is over, you can simply switch off the text so that it should not have any sort of problems to your classroom area. Right now, I am just going to show you a record sample. Like, let me start one of the start recording. So you will be able to get a quick view of it. So let me just put it over here, the recording window, and then let me start the recording part and show you how exactly it can look like. So this is start recording. I'm going to put it. You can check on my area. As soon as I have put the start recording, so there is a button called stop recording. So the meaning is once your recording is over, you can click on the stop recording, and then as soon as this remix recording is over, you will have your file ready. Click on file, show recording. You have your file ready over here that you wish. You can upload to YouTube, you can upload to your Google Classroom, or you can upload to the any of the area. So I'm just showing you right now. This is the file over here. This is start recording. I'm going to put it. You can check on my area. As soon as I have put the start recording, so there is a button called stop recording. So the meaning is once your recording is over, you can click on the stop recording. So this was a quick sample for all of you in order to get you understand how these sort of the things you can do it. So I hope this is going to help you a lot. And now, as today we have International Mother Language Day, so let's talk a little bit about আমরা যদি নিজের মাতৃভাষার উপরে যদি অত এমফেসাইজ না করি, তাহলে এটা একটা জিনিসগুলো বানানো ইয়া শেখাটা সফল হবে না। এক্স্যাক্টলি দ্যাটস এরিয়া। সুদিতা, if you would like to say some points or words.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's very essential to, and that's part of the NEP 2020 that, we have to promote the regional languages, and we also need to be proud of our own mother tongue. And we hope that through these sessions, আমরা একটু বাংলাতে একটু সেশনস গুলো কন্ডাক্ট করে বাংলা ভাষাটাকে আরেকটু আমরা স্প্রেড করতে পারি। আর যারা বাঙালিরা দেখছেন, ওরা এই সেশনগুলো দেখে অনেক জিনিস বাংলাতে বুঝতে পারবে। তো সেটাই মেইন আমাদের আইডিয়া হচ্ছে। অফকোর্স টু ইন্টিগ্রেট দ্যাট উইথ টেকনোলজি, সেটাও আজকাল খুবই দরকার। And so Mr. Chatterjee has very nicely explained how we can use the OBS, and I'm sure I'll definitely benefit from this. So thank you so much. And anything else that you'd like to share?
ইয়েস ম্যাম। এই পুরো যে সেশনটা এখন আমরা নিলাম এটাতে একটা জিনিস সব থেকে বড় ইম্পর্টেন্ট হচ্ছে, once you are going to do the work over here, then you may come across the problems and challenges. So our audience can have maybe multiple rounds of the feedbacks, or maybe they can utilize these all the things just like how I have shown here. We can utilize or we can use any sort of these tools, and these tools are going to help us a lot. Like let's say suppose either you can go to any of these like mind user area, and you can create your mind map, same format. One of the, again I'm showing you the high version of it, how exactly it can be used and it can be taken further. And this was just a simple idea. Maybe you can record yourself keeping over here in the screen, and it can be a sort of a idea to flip your classroom. You can post certain video to your classroom area where students can go through that particular part, and they can understand how the entire process of the classroom will be going ahead. So these are a type of content which you can quickly generate, less than 2 minutes or less than 30 seconds. No need to do any fancy stuff. Just go on your OBS or maybe in Google Meet, record a 30-second clip and flip your classroom before taking it on campus or maybe on line area. And this is going to help a lot when we develop hybrid learning content and when we want to develop any sort of that area. And that is why I have shared this particular open source folder with all of you. I'm sure if you haven't come across the link, again I'll put it the link on the particularly chat area with Sudita. Ma'am, if you could just once again give the link to the all audience, they can directly download these the particular things and they can apply the thing. If you are unable to do that, you can write the comment area even on GG Kolkata, GG Kutch, and as well as in my personal channel itself. We will be going to host the same format, another one particular event where we will like to help you and to make you understand how you can record your online classroom, and with the help of these type of website you can create your own content. Maybe any of the event you can organize, or maybe let's say you can plan it out certain all those type of the things, and we can further use these sort of the things in our particular classroom area or even in other format area also. So I hope this is going to help you a lot. And if you have any sort of the problems on this area, you can still write your comments on the chat, and next 10 minutes we can pull up some live comments or maybe the questions which you have, so that we can help you out. There you have all sort of these things. You can on audio, you can on text, just like how I have shown you over here. Like you can on the text channel where you have a certain keywords related to your classroom which you can keep it at the top, and that you can record within your classroom presentation time, and you can flip your classroom after the class, or maybe you can shift certain particular work to your classroom area. So Sudipta ma'am, what's your thinking or believing in this way how the classrooms can be?
So yeah, very effective, I must say, and especially with this, like you were mentioning, the flipped classroom approach is something most educators are, taking on these days. So it's very effective, and especially, I am liking how the ticker is, going on top, just like we have it in Streamyard. So I think the user interface seems pretty easy to manage, and I'm sure even I'll be able to, use OBS on my Mac. And remember, that was one question one of the participants had, that
Right,
if we have to,
right, ma'am. Yes,
have it
I do
do it on
understand,
our
and
Mac.
that is why, yeah, that is why in the start of the session I've shown you here you have the two particular area. The if you go to the obsproject.com, there you will be going to have Windows, then you have the Mac OS, and then you have the Linux. Now, once you
Right.
install the Mac OS, particularly the link, and you have downloaded the particular work or the DMG file, then you can install it out. After installation, you have to give the permission to your main file so that they can be able to record your web camera. Reason why certain time on the Apple platform it may not work is because in most of the Apple operating system the things remain encrypted, and maybe the webcam permissions may have a problem. So this
Right.
is certainly one challenge most of the Apple users may come across, that initially when you will set up your OBS, you may not be able to get maybe the webcam view. And if you get a webcam view over there, maybe the screen capture may have a problem. So you have to
Right.
do a multiple time, maybe the troubleshooting, maybe the update, what they have, you have to install it out and then try it. And trust me, this is going to work. And once you try it out, this will be going to help you a lot in order to generate the online content for your classroom area, and as well as the other part of the area. If you would just like to flip your classroom, you can flip with the help of the other tools also, just like how you have in my screen area. One of the advanced way to flip that, if you just check over here, this is the mind map of it. And same way, one which I'm showing you just now over here, you can delete or you can create any sort of the way, whichever the format you want, and later on you can change the type of it. So it is all together how you want to create that thing. If you want to put like this format, so this will remain something like that way. If you want to just keep in mind map, you can. And best part, you can share with your audience, you can share with your students, they can interact if you give the edit permission, they can also edit. So you have to keep this thing in mind, that when you want a something like hybrid learning, you have to trust your particular audience and as well as your students. So this area is slightly where you have to interact a lot, you have to emphasize, you have to put certain more time, and then you can do lot of editing and lot of the recording also. So that was the, I hope, the entire thing of today's our session. And if you would like to check some more things, so I've just shown one of the sample over here, and I hope this session is going to help you a lot. And if you need more any kind of the questions or anything, you can write on the chat. We can still take some questions, right,
Yes.
ma'am?
So, Mr. Chatterjee, actually, we have a lot of the GEG leaders who joined, and we also have Mr. Amit Bajaj, who's the leader for GEG Delhi West. So, he had a question for you, and he's obviously waiting to explore OBS. That's what he writes. He wants to check with you again that how to add the moving text. That's the
Okay,
first question that he has. If you could
right,
just perhaps show him that. And his
right.
second question is, can we use, I mean, online streaming using OBS? Is that possible?
Yes, this is definitely possible, and I'm really thanks to Amit sir for asking this question. And this
Yeah.
will help a lot of our GG leaders to check and understand this part of it. First of all, if you want to just have a scrolling text, you can simply click on plus sign, and there you have over here a option of giving a text. Like if you see here, the text GDI function is there. Add existing text, you can add the existing text. Once you apply okay in that, couple of settings you have to do afterwards, and then you will get something like the text which you check at the top of my screen area, how the text is scrolling, the same effect you will get it. Now coming towards the next question, that is how we can utilize our particularly the settings of particularly OBS, in order to go through the multiple streaming area. If you check here, we have certain settings that's called a stream, and then you have over here options of all together everything, whichever you can imagine, whether that is Facebook Live, whether that is Twitter Space, whether that is a kind of like kind of YouTube or any of these area. It can select anything, but you have to keep one thing, remember that if your channel is less than 100 subscriber count, so you have to schedule or you have to stream, you have to particularly keep a particular maybe the upload time, or let's say the streaming time 24 or 48 hours before, if you're doing it the very first time. And once you have it, then you can go to the YouTube RTMS, and there you have to use the YouTube stream keys, and these stream keys you can get through your you can get through your YouTube channel. So let me quickly show you that area how you can go through that part also. So for this, I need to take you to my own YouTube channel, and there, if you check, we have one option called create, right? Now here you have an option called go live. So whenever you go live, there is a sort of a stream keys you will receive, and these stream keys are required when you need to go to the studio mode, sorry, when you go to the settings, and in this settings area you have the options of applying that YouTube stream keys. So only YouTube stream key, if you apply it, then you have the more proper precise settings to it, and you can go live on that channel whichever you have stream keys associated with. Fine, so I'm not going that deep right now on that area, but you have a lot of settings over here. Like for example, you can set over here the output channel, whether you want a HD quality preview over there, whether you want a simple preview over there. All these sort of the things you can adjust, and then you can go live quickly depending upon the platform which you have choose for. So I hope, Amit sir, this will be going to solve all your doubts and the query, and I'm sure we can have a lot of these kind of session where you can record yourself, and as well as you can create some sort of the short file for your classroom in order to flip, or in order to, let's say, suppose using the hybrid learning technologies in that area.
Right. So, Mr. Chatterjee, Mr. Amit Bajaj has one more question. So, he's asking that if we can stream it on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously, if that option is available.
It is there, but I have to certainly explore around. I'm not sure that much, but yes, there are options like you can do the multiple streaming at the same time, but provided you have given all the over there the rules and as well as the settings. But yes, it will be very much RAM consuming and as well as the problematic on that particular area if you do it from that same PC rather than using the two different devices. If you do it from
Right.
same PC, if you don't have the enough RAM, it may in between of your streaming go lag, or maybe it can stop abruptly. So the better is if you want to go multiple streaming, then Streamyard is perfect because Streamyard can do it for multiple area. But whereas if you want to go through the OBS to the YouTube, it is best, but not recommended to do it multiple at the same time because system can go anytime crash because it is streaming your work on multiple platforms. So I
Right.
hope Amit sir and the others, those who have any sort of these query, this will be going to help you on order to understand and implement this process.
Yes, absolutely. Amit sir is grateful that you've been able to share that with him, and he's thanking you for that. And so, Mr. Chatterjee, I had one question. So,
Yes,
you've
please.
used both StreamYard as well as OBS. So, which one do you find is more user friendly as far as the interface is concerned?
Ma'am, to be frank, I believe OBS is the best. The reason behind that is the whichever the thing you receive from a StreamYard that remain only on YouTube, right? So you have to
Right.
either download the entire portion. For example, I'll give you the just live example. I had one session with Gigi Surat and I believe Ghaziabad, and I recorded my session from there only for 10 minutes. Whereas this thing, if I have to do it with the help of StreamYard, I might have need to download the entire 1 hour file, right? So I'll just show you in this area. I'll just put the so this is one of the session you can check. In this also, we are actually streaming with the help of StreamYard. But this area, I am recording it with the help of OBS. But
Right.
if I might have over there used only StreamYard, then what I have been done that I have to do it entire editing for 1 hour rather than doing it for 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Because from OBS, you can anytime put on stop recording button at click of your own choice, like whether you want to keep it off for 5 minutes or whether you want to keep it off for 7 minutes. It's completely up to you. You don't have to have an entire 1 hour file of that particular session. And the one more plus point of it is, when you'll edit it, that area you will be saving a lot of memory and lot of the storage on your computer, because 1 hour editing will take huge time.
Yes,
So I hope,
absolutely.
ma'am, you are able to understand that this basic,
Yes.
but at the same time, the settings which we all might be looking for. And I'll give you the one more example. Let's say these days YouTube Shorts are very high in algorithm. Like, let's say, suppose if you want to go as per the YouTube Shorts, you can have 16 by 9 Instagram style small clip, and you can post it. But if you record with the OBS, you can do it very fast on that area. And this is very easy to do it on that area rather than going through the other platform.
Right, absolutely. And Mr. Singh also has one comment. He says that the stream key is needed to make the stream live on YouTube. So that's
Right.
his comment on that.
Yes. So that is for each channel, we have the keys, individual keys, and that if you share with anyone, they may able to duplicate your live feed. Like for example, right now we are telecasting on GEG Kolkata, right? If we have the same stream key, maybe the same telecast we can have it in other channel also. Just like if you just go to the like let's say Starlink web page, or the like let's say YouTube channel, they keep on sending their satellites to space. So multiple time people they copy paste the same stream to the other their channel, and they can do the same sort of the preview on their channels too.
Right. Great. So, thank you so much, Mr. Chatterjee. I think you've managed to answer all the questions. আর আমি সকলকে ধন্যবাদ জানাতে চাই, কেন কি ওরা সকলে আজকে আমাদের এই সেশনটাতে জয়েন করেছেন। আর মিস্টার চ্যাটার্জি, ইটস অলওয়েজ আ প্লেজার টু হ্যাভ ইউ অন বোর্ড ফর এনি অফ দিস সেশনস অফ GEG Kolkata. So, thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for answering all these questions patiently. I'm also very keen and looking forward to trying out and exploring OBS, just like Mr. Bajaj is planning to do that. And I'm sure if we have any questions or queries, we can always reach out to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Pleasure is always mine. And it was really a kind of from your side to have me one more time on the GG Kolkata platform. And it was really a very good session for all of us. I'm sure if the audience can utilize these all the things, and if they have come across the more questions or the things, they can write on the comment section of this particular event's YouTube page itself, and then later on we can answer those all area also, because I do understand once you will utilize, then you will come across the real challenge. Right now watching
Yeah,
these all the things are very simple, but yes, if you try to do it one more time, maybe you may able to do it a very less time frame. But yes, if you come across any problem, you can write on the comment section, and then we can get back to you, or maybe I can just completely write the process on the chat section so that it can help you to do the further process.
absolutely. So thank you so much. And so here's saying bye-bye from GEG Kolkata. And till we meet again.